All right, in conversation with Mr. Sayantan Ghosh. So, as I was asking, sir, uh, how much do you think isolation is now impacting the young generation? Because I feel that a lot of people in the, as we say, Gen Z generation are finding themselves through isolation. But do you not think that it is something that could actually affect their social nature and their ability to actually talk? Because everyone is behind screen these days.
See, it's an inevitable, I don't even want to call it an evil. I know that's the common perception of it. But I'm all for the inevitability of the world. Yes, we are all behind screens and we understand the implications of that and the negative implications of that. And there are enough conversations that are happening. Technology, of course, is invaded in our lives more than ever before, and we cannot be in denial of it. I think I'm very hopeful of the younger people because I think the generation that I come from, the millennials, we were a confused lot because we were experiencing technology at an age where we had already lived a considerable amount of our youth, and then we were suddenly, forced to, deal with technology, and technology was evolving really quickly for us to even cope with it, which is why you hear a lot of people from my generation, I do, that they're unable to cope with it, including myself. But for the newer generation, I think they were more or less born with it. So yes, they are behind screens, but I also see a lot of communities coming up, which the young, I think us as a generation, we are more isolated than the young ones, I'd say, because we didn't know how to deal with either technology or the lack of communication that was happening amongst human communication, human connection that we were facing because of that sudden nature of technology invasion. But I think young people, like I was just saying earlier at a session, that young people are starting more book clubs than ever before. I stay in Delhi and I see video libraries coming up where there have been screenings, special screenings of films every other weekend. These underground screenings where film lovers are gathering, mostly young people, and they're watching a film together. I think community is being built slowly. Maybe they're around technology, but they are still. I mean, without human connection, a community cannot come up, and without human beings, technology can't exist on its own either.
Right. Very true. So what impact do you want your book to have on people? Like, how do you want audience to connect with it?
I don't want them to get bored. There's nothing to learn from. I'm not here to teach anyone anything. I hope they have a good time reading it. I hope they can see a little bit of themselves in it. That's what I look for when I'm reading a book. Because even if I'm reading a book which is set in, I don't know, Syria or something, we always look for books where we can find, as a reader, find a way into that narrative. Of course, it's not our story being told always. Sometimes we relate with the character, but often it may not be so, but we still need an in, and that in can often be an incident, it can be a sentiment, it can be something that characters are feeling in the book, which may not necessarily completely resonate with us, but there has to be some amount of relatability. And I hope whoever is reading this book, young or old, is able to find that inward route into that story and find a little bit of themselves in it, essentially. No big learnings.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. If there's any last message that you would like to give to your readers, to the audience.
Just read more. I know the purists will tell you that reading on Kindle and audiobooks is not reading, but it is reading. As long as you're reading, that's all that counts. It doesn't matter the form that you're operating in. So read more.
Thank you so much, sir. It was lovely having this conversation with
Thank you.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. My name is Sayantan Ghosh, and this is my first novel, Don't Leave Me to Read. It's now available at bookswagon.com. So please get your copy.